Hey everybody, it's Joy Packard. And yes, I know it's late at night, and normally I do my videos closer to the morning or the afternoon, but I basically had an urge to come on as I'm coming home from this hurricane evacuation that a lot of us have been through. And today our church basically, we only had an hour of church, and then they gathered together in groups to try and help those who were affected by this hurricane. And thanks, Missy, a little bit better. I rested a lot this afternoon. And so one of the things that I noticed, like just with my health and everything, I couldn't really go out into the homes to help with my knee and just my breathing and everything. And so I was thinking of a way of how I can contribute to those who were affected by Hurricane Harvey. And so one of the ways that I thought about, and I'm sure many of you are, is you're probably in a lot of local groups, especially those of you who are, in Siena or Vidor and Nederland, Texas, or all of the ones that were really hit hard from the storm. I know there are many, but the ones that basically are local to me, that's the ones I'm talking about. And so today, after church and after I rested a little bit, I got onto the groups, and I was just looking at all of the different posts of different people that are so amazing. They're basically gathering groups of people, and they are basically saying, there was a daycare inviter that basically needs everything, right? So they need crayons, and they need folders, everything, toys, blankets, pillows, or whatever. And, this really hits home for me because, this is my husband's hometown. And then I think about Nederland, where I'm from, and I'm looking at all my friends' posts and all of the things that people need who are displaced. And so those of you who have evacuated during this hurricane, you know what it was like. You had a backpack on your back, you had your car full of stuff, and that was it. And so, hi, Mom. And so, anyway, I was just thinking about these people who have been displaced and how it would be if you put yourself into their shoes, and what would it take to make it life a little bit easier. I know that just not all of us, not just one person can make everything better, but several one persons can make them better. And so if each of us would contribute in some way, whether it's through food or through, clothing, or, I was looking through some of my kids' leftover supplies that, they didn't need for school, so we're going to give that. I asked one of my friends who's going down to Vidor, if they needed food, pantry food or whatever. And, it's just... so I've been spending my evening just organizing, and when I go to hotels and when I travel a lot, I take all the, the little samples of shampoo and stuff that are in the rooms. And so I was asking my friend, would it help, to have these little, shampoos and soaps, and absolutely, she said, and I was thinking, if you can't help by going into someone's home, and gutting it and taking down sheetrock or whatever, you can think about ways that you can help. Such as, if you're not locally in Houston or Texas or whatever, then you can think about donating a gift card. And there are several people who are in groups that you can look at where they have an address that you can send it to, and then, they're distributing it amongst, the people that are affected. So there's many ways that you can contribute. Hey, Jennifer. And so you can think about, I'm not there or I am there, and what are some ways if I can't physically go in and help people, with their homes. And so it makes me feel really happy as I see the community come together and basically, putting these groups together of how they can get food to people, or clothing, and like I say, daycares that need toys, and whatever. And when you're displaced, and when once you, like, again, put yourself in someone else's shoes who is affected by this hurricane, and what are those small little comforts that each of us enjoy on a daily basis? A hot shower, lotion for women, nail polish, all of these different things that we take for granted on a daily basis that we have. And so we can think about those things, and those are the kind of things that we can gather together in our homes. And, I'm telling my kids, we have a lot of clothing that we're going to be giving. There's a lot of people who have lost everything. And a lot of these people are near and dear to my heart. They're people that I know. They're people that I love. They're family, they're friends, but even people who I don't know. And so, as I'm listening and reading in these Facebook groups on all of these people who could use our help, that's how you can help. That's how you can be part of, the disaster relief in a big way. And so I wanted to give an example of, say, a domino effect. And basically, when you were little, or when you have your kids and, they're setting up the dominoes, and, how you did it when you were a kid, you would set them up, and then, you would push a domino for the domino effect, right? Well, as you're setting up the dominoes, and if there is a gap in between and you knock down a domino, it won't make all the other ones fall down, correct? And so it's that one domino in between the other two that's going to help the domino effect. And that's what I was thinking tonight, as we are as a family. Trying to gather things for people that we can donate to. And that's what I think about, as I'm talking to you all tonight, for you to be that one domino that makes all the other ones fall, so that you can fill that gap. And so, like I said, it's really easy whenever, now we're all, those of us who are home from the hurricane, to forget, that we were praying really hard at one point that, everything would be okay. And then now that this is all over, and I know there's more hurricanes developing, but I'm just saying, those of us who are home and trying to get back to normal life or whatever, then we start to forget how it was whenever we were in dire need, whenever we were trying to get through the storm and we couldn't find gas, or when we didn't have water, or when we didn't have diapers for our children, or whatever. And so, put ourselves in that position. And now that some of us who are lucky enough to come home to a home, and to turn on hot water, and to put on lotion, to, after our showers or whatever, there are other people who have been affected and that are not able to enjoy those comforts. There are shelters that are so crowded that, that they're just like stuffed in there, and they're, I want you to just think of that for a moment, to be in that position. And then ask yourself, what can I do to help? What can I donate, whether it's my time, my money, my things? What can I do to help those in need? And I want you to think about that all of us, as we are here, that, as we're all donating and helping out, that one person, each of us makes a difference. Sometimes we think, whenever, we have all these different things that are happening, we think, oh, I'm just one person, how am I going to make a difference? And you do. One person makes a difference. One clothing, one pillow, one whatever, one gift card can make a difference of a family. And, I just think about, like I say, if it were me and my kids, and like, I remember whenever I had young kids and we were in this hurricane and we were evacuated, and somebody brought over crayons and a coloring book, for my kids to stay busy. Because, we don't, as a mom, we think about that, right? How can we keep our kids happy and as much into normalcy as we can during this very hard time? So, as I'm about to, head to bed, and many of you are, it's just a great thought to think about, right? To think about, how can I make that difference? I know I'm only one person. And I want you to think about that example of the domino effect that I just spoke about, and know that you as one person can make a difference. And so, I know a lot of my videos are about Hurricane Harvey lately, and hopefully you're okay with that, but it's so near and dear to my heart right now, because I'm from Houston, and and I'm actually, my hometown is Nederland. My husband's hometown is Vidor, and all of these people have been affected. And there's a lot of people who have lost their homes, or who have water in their homes, or who are displaced, or who are living in shelters, or whatever. And you know, whatever we can do, whether it's praying, and like I say, whatever it's donating, cleaning out, you know, whatever. I'm cleaning out all my bathroom stuff for all my, when I travel and I have all these shampoos and soaps because they told me, you know, that would help so much. So as you are listening to this and as you are, you know, going to sleep at night in your warm bed and able to take your warm shower, I want you to think about the ones that are not able to enjoy those comforts. And I want you to think about, maybe pray about what you can do to be some sort of help, and to realize that just you as one person can make a difference. And so there's anything that I would love for this video to do is for you to realize, you know, to be thankful for all of the different things that we have on a daily basis. We take for granted so much the daily comforts that we enjoy. Like I say, whether it's, you know, a hot breakfast or a hot shower or a warm bed or a pillow to lay our head down on. And so anyway, all right, well, I feel like my health is getting a little bit better day by day. I was able to rest a little bit today, and we're slowly trying to get things in place. Our church, like I say today, we went out and tried to help some of those who are affected. And so, like I said, you know, I'm thinking about the ways that we as a community, as a group of citizens, can help those who are in need. So, all right. If any of you have any links that you want to post underneath these videos of maybe you're a drop-off location for food, or you're a drop-off location for clothing, or you're in a work group, you know, that's organizing, you know, some groups to help others, feel free to do that. You can, you know, post there of like what you need or what someone might need. I know that's going on in a lot of Facebook groups, and it makes me so happy whenever I see, as a community, all of us pulling together to help those who are in need, and, you know, those who need our help. So, I hope those of you who are coming home from being evacuated are starting to try and, you know, get things in place. Thanks, Tara. That's a good group to know. So those of you can see those groups, you know, I'm in a lot of the disaster groups, because like I say, you know, a lot of these towns that were hit, are towns that I grew up in. Nederland, you know, Port Neches, Port Arthur is where I'm from, Southeast Texas. My husband is from Vidor. We live in Houston, and there's just many affected, and it's just near and dear to my heart. So I appreciate those of you who are watching these and who are sharing them, and who are willing to do the things that we need to do to pull together to help those in need. So if you've missed some of the videos in the past, they're all on my Facebook wall, and they're also on my blog at joypackard.com. They're being posted there. So hopefully you can, you know, if you're kind of behind on what's been going on and, you know, who needs help or whatever, you can review those. So, all right, as you can tell, I'm really getting tired, and so I'm going to probably head to bed soon, but I wanted to get on here while it was on my mind to help you all to realize that one person, such as yourself, can make such a difference. So, all right, I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys soon.